DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine.
Hi everybody, it's Dean here, back for episode 14 of my DeanZine LiveStream. Is this even on? Yeah, I think it is. I hope everybody's well, and let's see who's joining us. Let me know who's out there. There's Steve and Janet from Colchester. Hey, Steve and Janet. And also, you know what? If you could just share this link that you're on with your friends, that'd be really great. There's Sarah from Rainy Chorley, Lancashire. There's Alan. Hey, Alan. And Elaine, nice to see you in Grangemouth, wherever that is. KM, I'm pleased that this is a time of week you enjoy. There's Jane. Greetings from London. Hey, Jane. I know, I always feel like the lady from Romper Room was saying, and I see Lee Goldinger and Colin and Gordon. Hey, Gordon, how's it doing? And there's Lillian Harrison and BP from Los Angeles in the house. It's so nice to see everybody. So, yeah, if you could share the link and let people know that the show's beginning, that'll be awesome. Because I have issues with Mr. Zuckerberg, who has his own little algorithms. Greetings from Portland, Oregon. Hi, Doug. You know, Doug, I don't think I've really ever been to Portland, Oregon, so maybe we'll get down your way one of these days. Peter from Cardiff, Bjorn from Dublin, Stuart and Colin from Liverpool, and Stuart from North Hampshire. Wow, look at all these folks. That's great. Well, I'm glad to see folks logging on. And hey, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? And what can I say? It's Sunday again. I episode 14. It didn't occur to me that I would be doing this for so long after I started the first one. And but I'm pleased that you guys are joining me. I'm really excited about today's musical guest. The inimitable Lach. He's the. I'll tell him more about you later because looking forward to seeing him and hearing his great songs. And anyway, so we've got a lot of good stuff in store. And I know my first question that I want to ask is, does anybody have a birthday today? Anybody out there watching right now that has a birthday? Just wondering if it's a coincidence. Hey, Bert Goldstein, how you doing, Bert? Nice to see you out there and wherever you are, Arizona or desert or New Mexico. I know you're near cactuses or whatever it is. Hope all's well and to you and the family. Hey, Steve and Chrissy, great to see you guys again. Hey, Catherine and Dennis. So, no birthdays? I was just curious. I was wondering. Well, the reason is because I a new song I want to try out on you guys, and it's sort of it's just another birthday song. And Facebook user, you know what? If you're on the chat room, I think you have to give permission to Facebook. Otherwise, they don't show your name per se. But yours was on Friday. That's good. Chris McDaniel, our singing cowboy rope trick guest from a couple weeks ago, his birthday was yesterday. Allison's birthday was on the 26th. Anyway, I'm going to sing this birthday song for everybody. Karen's birthday is on Thursday. That's nice. And Kevin's on July 15th. All right, well, this is a birthday song for everybody, wherever, regardless of where your birthday is. It's just nice that you were born. So. So here's my little birthday song. You must have had a lot of ambition An emission on a mission. You must have been a real good swimmer to beat out all the competition. Just like Rocky Balboa, you whooped all the other spermatozoa. It's a good thing it all worked out that way, or you wouldn't be able to be here to hear us sing today. I'm really, really glad that you were born. No, it's wonderful to hear that you survived another year. You're like a great big box of buttered popcorn. You know, we really, really love you. We just can't get enough of you. They turn the page and go, we celebrate this oh so special day. You know, you must have looked so cute in your birthday suit. The doctor took one look and said, oy vey. Must have made your mama shout the moment you popped out. And no sooner that you let out your first cry, they could tell that you were blessed and destined for success. And even if that last line was a lie, still they thought you were kind of sweet. So in the end they decided to keep you. We're really, really glad that you were born. You're really quite unique. Can't help but pinch your cheek. And like the mythological unicorn, there's nobody quite like you. That's why we really, really like you. So blow out all the candles on your cake. Enjoy a great big plateful and remember to be grateful. Cause even though you were most likely a mistake, somehow you made it through, and that's how we got you. But remember, even though you're 1 year older, despite all the things that you did, you're still just a kid. And if you find you need a shoulder to cry on, we'd happily be of assistance, except for, you know, social distancing. We're really, really glad that you were born. You really ought to give thanks that your dad wasn't shooting blanks. So ring that bell and shoot your horn, toot your horn. Dance around and jump and shout, and don't forget to tell your mom. So dance around and jump and shout, and don't forget to thank your mom for pushing you out. Happy birthday, whoever's birthday it is. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. A. Lindy from the extremely wet and windy English district. Let's see here. Greetings from the boat. Nice boat. Hey, Stephen. Well, another birthday song. Thanks, Trace. Hey, I've got a birthday this year, too. Good for you, Linda. Consider that a birthday song for you. Thank you, folks. Hey, Paul. Well, so let's see everyone who's joined up, and I just want to give you another, hold on, just to give you another heads up. It's really hot and muggy outside. So once again, I have the air conditioner on. So it might be a slight rumble in the background, but if it's not on, I'll totally melt. But because it's on, even though I plugged it into an outlet on the other side of the house, there's always the chance that all the electricity will go out, in which case the screen will go blank, and then you'll wonder what happened. But hopefully, if I go back on air, all you need to do is refresh your browser. That's just, a little advanced wording. So what's next? This is a song that I enjoy, but I do get a lot of flack for it. It's described as potentially misogynistic, although I think it's more affectionately. Well, not really, no. Let me tell you the inspiration behind this song. And our upcoming guest, Lach, I think he'll appreciate this because, we grew up around the same time, and I was always a big fan of Dylan's, and I used to play songs, and there was one song of his that I especially liked called, it was called Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. And, it's, ain't no use in wondering why, babe. It goes like that. But the last part of that song, it goes like this. It's got a line that goes, I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kind of wasted my precious time. Don't think twice, it's all right. Now, here's the thing. Is that as beautiful as that song was, when I thought about that, the lyric, that last stanza there, I thought, now wait a minute. He's making pretenses to being thoughtful and considerate, and don't think twice, it's all right. But really, if you think about the line, I'm not saying you should be you just kind of wasted my precious time, bitch. I thought, well, he's being totally duplicitous here, and he's really being. And not only that, he's not even saying goodbye to her. He just leaves her this stupid song and goes off walking down the road before the rooster crows at the end of the day. Here he is basically acting like a noble guy, but being a dick. And I just thought, well, there you go. And it just a little bit, gave me a different perspective on the song. And I thought, well, what if I were to write a song like that, but if I were to be a little more emotionally honest? And so this was the result. I see your favorite picture is no longer on the wall. I couldn't help but notice all your luggage in the hall. Before you head off on your way, there's one thing I'd like to say. I'm not sorry to see you go. Don't bother to stay in touch. There's one thing you ought to know, sweet darling. I never really liked you all that much. I got no regrets, well, maybe just a few. Like the day that you were born and the day that I met you. I should have nipped it in the bud. The first time I noticed you were chewing your cud. And if the truth be known, you were not my first choice. When you answered the phone, I thought it was your roommate's voice. I meant to date her instead, but I wound up in bed with the wrong co-ed. I'm not sorry to see you go. Don't bother to stay in touch. One thing you ought to know, sweet darling, I never really liked you all that much. Now I don't think this failed relationship's a reflection of your worth. It's just you come from where you do and I come from Earth. And maybe the only reason for this little glitch is the fact that you're a stupid bitch. And I'm not being cruel, that never was my goal. I realize that at heart you're just a sensitive soul. I notice your psoriasis is worsened. It really couldn't happen to a nicer person. And I'm not, darling, if I may, forgive my being blunt, but I just gotta say you are a miserable person. I don't mean to make disparaging remarks, but in this light you resemble Groucho Marx. And please don't be insulted if I never want to see you. It's got nothing whatever to do with the time you gave me gonorrhea. I just need to make a brand new start with a woman who actually has a heart. I'm not sorry to see you go. Don't bother to stay in touch. There's one thing you ought to know, sweet darling. I never really liked you all that much. I never really liked you all that much. I never really liked you all that much. Yes. Psoriasis and gonorrhea in the same song. Genius. Thank you. See. I'm pleased that that made you laugh. Guitar is nicely tuned. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate that. I can't take credit for it. It's the tuner itself. Well, I'm pleased that you guys like it. Now, I do want to add one other thing to this particular song, which is that I use it as an example when I do my songwriting workshops. And, you know, I do these songwriting workshops. In fact, I do them online. Anyone wants to ask info about doing a Zoom songwriting workshop with me, just give me a shout via email. But I use that song as an example of, you know, where you can get influence from all different places, from different people, from, you know, other material, but find your own interpretation and come up with something hopefully original. But I also use this song as an example of self-censorship. Because when I first played this song for my wife and daughter, Hannah, Allison and Hannah, there was an extra verse in it that when I played it, I got sour expressions. And they said, you cannot sing that verse. And I said, what do you mean? I'm a songwriter. This is my song. I must be true to my art. And so I tried that extra verse out on different audiences. And I experienced a really strange thing. I'll play that verse and I'll let you know. Be curious to get your reactions. So this is the verse I'd never recorded. I'm not saying we didn't have a lot of fun, like the time you got your tit stuck in my accordion. You should have seen the look on your face. Well, they could hear you scream from outer space. I'm not sorry to see you go. Anyway, so you get the gist of it. So here's the thing. When I tested this out after I first wrote the song in different audiences, a weird thing happened, which is that there was this immediate sort of gender distinction, which is that for the most part, not in every case, but for the most part, the guys in the audience laughed hysterically and then stopped themselves, because the women next to them gave me the most, like, you know, frightening expression look with daggers in their eyes. They were not happy with that verse. And so for self-preservation, I decided to self-censor and edit that song out. So I'm just curious. Let's see what the comments are here. Okay, awesome. All right. Be true to your muse. Thank you, Paul. I'm not sure. They were kind of right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, I appreciate the vote of confidence and support, but that's put me right off learning the accordion. Oh. What can I say, Linda? It was meant in fun. I'm glad that you folks enjoyed it. Listen, what can I say? So just trying to... Just trying to give you all fair warning. Let's see what is also going on. What's next on the agenda? I've got a ridiculous video that I want to play for you folks, and so if you'll indulge me briefly. Now, before I play this video, it's only like maybe a minute or two long. I want to stress that what you're about to hear in this video no longer exists. It existed maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago. It was the early days of digital rights management for audio downloads and samples. Not samples, yeah, audio downloads and WAV files and MP3 files. And I got involved with a company called SafeCell. Really great guy, Russ Walton, invited me in and knew I was into all kinds of technology. So I sort of became an artist liaison, and I was even vice president of North America of this new digital rights management company called SafeCell, which was promptly gobbled up by iTunes success, along with the whole rest of the record industry. But I had a great time doing it. It was really fun. And part of my job was to, to explain to folks what it's about. So that's what you're about to hear. This, like I say, this product does not exist anymore, but I thought you would get a kick out of it. Hi, I'm Dean Friedman for SafeCell, the digital rights management package that provides the independent musician or record label or publisher or distributor the ability to offer secure music downloads directly from your own website. Now, I'm an independent musician myself. I've had hit records around the world and sold millions of units. And I use SafeCell for one very simple reason. It works. So let me borrow your eyeballs and ears for a few minutes so I can explain how SafeCell can work for you. Here's how I used to sell music from my website. And here's how I sell my music today using SafeCell. While I'm relaxing here, enjoying the scenery, people around the world are downloading my albums and generating revenue for me using SafeCell's easy and intuitive music download features. No CDs to manufacture, no envelopes to stuff, no labels, no stamps. It's quick, easy, and secure, and what's more, for the first time in my music career, I get to keep a bigger piece of the pie. And that definitely works for me. What can I say? Every time I see that, I just crack up and laugh. It was great fun at the time, but like I say, Steve Jobs just blew us out of the water. But it was fun. So, like I said, just thought you would get a kick out of it. I'm going to do another song over here on the keyboard, and then I'm real excited to introduce to you our guest for today, Lach, and I know you're going to be really enjoy hearing his really cool music. So stay tuned. I will be right back. I just always think of this song because it's Sunday. Pick up the Sunday news, I need my funny papers. Little orphan Nanny and me have a rendezvous at 3 with Mary Worth and Dick Tracy. And my idea of time well spent is to stay in bed with you till the rent is due. Get out a checkered cloth, I'll pack a picnic basket. We'll find a clearing in the woods, and you can be Red Riding Hood. You may be bad, but you're so good. And my idea of having fun is laying naked in the sun with you. Whoa. Sunday clothes, I've had an inspiration. Right downtown on the D and have a window shopping spree. It may be crass, but it's free. And my idea of what to do is I'm making love with you in the avenue. Whoa. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Oh, look, I like your little music emoticons. Woohoo! Thank you, folks. While I remember, allow me to say a couple things, which is that, as y'all know, this is this regular DeanZine LiveStream is free admission, pay what you like or not, and you can always make a contribution to my paypal.me/Dean Friedman or Venmo, or if you are in a position to support the show on a long-term basis, you're invited to subscribe on a monthly basis at a tier that meets your circumstance, and then just go to deanfriedman.com/subscribe, and it helps make the show possible. But to also say that a reminder that next Sunday, next week, is, unlike my regular DeanZines, it's my second all-request Zoom concert, which it's a ticketed event. The tickets are about £7.50, which is about $9 in US dollars. And you can find tickets on my website, Dean Friedman, in the gig section. It's Sunday, July 5th. That's next Sunday. I can't believe it. It's 7 days from now. We had a really great time at the last one. And the set list is curated by you and me. I have a little input into it, but anyone that gets tickets, just email your 3 favorite Dean Friedman songs, and I'll try to squeeze them into the set. Anyone that, by the way, is a subscriber to the DeanZine on a monthly basis, they get free admission to the all-request DeanZine live streams. So that's my commercial for the half hour. But just want to remind you, next week is a ticketed DeanZine live stream. You won't be able to see it on Facebook or YouTube for a while, but you can log on with a secret login code, which you get upon purchasing those tickets or being a subscriber. Let's see here. Okay. Now, I see him standing by. So listen, folks, I'm really delighted to introduce my special guest for today. And some of you may be familiar with him and his work. If you're not, you're in for a treat. He's a really unique, genuine, the original article, authentic singer-songwriter. And he's... I can't really describe him appropriately, so I'll let him. We'll talk about it a little bit and cover it all. He's the godfather of anti-folk. He's the host and creator of the Lach Chronicles that you may have heard on BBC Radio 4, and he's also a really cool guy. So everybody, please give a warm DeanZine welcome to the inimitable Lach. Hey, Lach.
Hello. Hi.
How you doing, pal?
Can you hear me?
It's good to see you.
Good to see
I
you.
can hear you and see you, and so can all our listeners. And I don't know where to begin, because you've done so many awesome things. But if you don't mind, just because I think our viewers will be kind fascinated to hear a little bit about your early days in the village, because we both spent some time there. And so I didn't realize also that you were raised in Rockland County, so in the bosom of suburbia, on the other side of the
Yeah.
Hudson.
Yeah.
So that's all familiar stuff. So anyone that reads about Lach, here's you. I'll turn the reverb off. Sorry. Here's you described as the godfather of anti-folk, and in truth, that's exactly what you are. You created an anti-folk movement, an alternative folk movement. And provided a platform for seminal artists, all kinds of folks that our viewers and folks who would be familiar with it and have heard. And anyway, could you talk a little bit about that? How did you get from Brooklyn to Rockland to the Village to being the godfather of anti-folk in 10 seconds? No, just kidding. Take as long as you need.
I could do it in one word. No,
Okay.
2 words. 2 words. Google me.
Oh, all right. That makes a lot of sense.
LACH. Just Google LACH anti-folk, and you'll learn about, some of it. But it's really a how to be there kind of thing, and that's part of the point of anti-folk is to continuously dodge the various traps of the industrial entertainment military complex so that you could continue to create art.
That's an apt description of that military industrial record business. Well, I have an affinity for your having survived as well, which is pretty cool.
When were you in the East Village?
Oh, well, you know what? Before I got a record deal, I guess it must have been 76.
Okay.
76, 77. It was a few years, I think, before you did your anti-folk. And I used to play at the other end, and that's where I met Stuffy Schmidt, and he was doing a demo at Electric Ladyland in the Village. It was just, everything was really exciting and awesome, and hearing all this great music and getting to sort of acclimate myself to being up on stage and performing, I'm sure we got all kinds of ridiculous stories about the industry itself. I'm reluctant to even begin because they never end. And they're all pretty abusive, but here we are. Aside from all that, you did something really cool. Like I said, you weren't accepted in the main folk venues, so you went and created your own in the East Village, and then you provided a platform for all these other up and coming singer-songwriters and folks like Beck and the Moldy Peaches and Regina Spektor, it's awesome that you did that, and then not only did you do that in the Village, you went around and propagated it, almost like cells of an underground insurrection all over the world, and so there are anti-folk events all over this planet. And including where you are right now in the UK. Anyway, I just wanted folks to get a little familiarity and background. I don't want to bore them because it'd be much cooler to hear you sing some songs. So, Lach, what are you going to share with us today?
All right. Well, I thought I was inspired by your opening set. So I have a birthday song I'd like to do too. Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. So this is a birthday song. I was on the road. I was traveling from Hull to Leeds on my birthday. Remember the 5th of November. I wrote this song in the car while driving, and then wrote it down when I got to my friend's house. And I just tried to write the most miserable birthday song I could possibly think of. A song so miserable it would cheer Morrissey up.
No easy task.
So, and I haven't played it in quite a long time, but I called it up on the computer, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, here he is, Lach.
All right. I'm going to be looking at the lyrics. Well, the sun rises gray on a cold November day, and the heater in the hotel has died. Last night's gig was survived by playing with closed eyes, and all the Facebook wishes make me feel so far away. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear me. Well, alone on my birthday, in a town that's not my own, I head out, collar up, hard cobblestone. Perhaps a movie, but the theaters, they all show the same damn thing. Men with guns, missing women, and killing men. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear me. Well, there's something about touring as you turn another year, another stage in a life spent strumming strings. It's the feeling that your work has always been about selling beer when you thought it was about more sacred things. And I miss my home and my garden and my family and my dog. And I can't believe I've chosen this road I'm on. Last night outside of Leeds, driving scared into the fog, I sang that fool song just to try to keep calm. I sang happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear me. And my voice was shaky as I peered into the mist, singing the saddest tune surely ever penned. A melody sang to me by strangers and by friends that always reminds me of everyone I miss. Goes like this. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear me.
Woohoo! That's great, man.
Every songwriter has ever written about how hard and lonely it is on the road is true.
Well, here's the problem, Lach, is that is it even where you set out to write the most miserable song that you could think of, in spite of yourself, you can't help but bring the poetry that is in all your writing to bear, and I really admire that. And I'm not just saying that. Is that all your songs are just infused with this poetry and just a love of language, and the way you use words and tell the truth. So anyway, so I really dig that, and just wanted
Thank
to say that. And so I'm not going to ask when your actual birthday is, but
Remember the 5th of November.
oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, what a great mnemonic. Now we'll
Yeah,
never
it's Guy
forget.
Fawkes Day.
Oh really? So
Yeah, so,
that's part of
yeah.
your birthday is getting burned in effigy.
Well, all of UK. I don't know if people realize this because we've talked about New York a lot, but I live in Edinburgh now in Scotland.
Right.
Yeah, so in the UK, they celebrate my birthday with fireworks and bonfires all over the country.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's something to be pleased about.
So, and then I've got another song that came to my mind when you were doing talking about "Don't Think Twice." That's sort of acerbic, mean Dylan.
Right.
know.
Right.
When the rooster crows like Tony Orlando and Dawn. So I'm gonna do this one, okay?
Let's hear it, man.
All right. Last time I saw you, you said how great things are. You got back into yourself, you started learning acoustic guitar. You're taking yoga and you've turned vegan. It's so nice to see you've started smoking again, smoking again. Well, you're smoking again. You said all things improved when you and I split. You made a long list of what else you were gonna quit. You went forth to conquer all of your addictions. Man, it's good to see you started smoking again, smoking again. Hey, you're smoking again, smoking again. Said you're smoking again from your brave smile. Smoke curls like a snake. You say all our time together was one big mistake. All my faults, they feel a lot more like redemption. Since I see you started smoking again, smoking again. Hey, you're smoking again, smoking again. Hey, you're smoking again. Well, am I sick to feel so jolly and so smug? Seeing you giving old Mr. Camel another tug. To tell me how happy you are with that new boyfriend. Congratulations, baby, you are smoking again, smoking again. Well, you're smoking again, smoking again. Said you're smoking again, hey, you're smoking again. Said you're smoking again. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, sorry. I just hit the wrong button. Yes, that's that is total. I influence like a Rolling Stone, and that succinct attitude.
I know I've influenced a lot of Bob's work.
I can imagine that. And with all due respect to Mr. Dylan, because we all admire him, but I always felt that he got a lousy deal by being deified. I think it sort of hampered his writing. That's how I view it. Because I always saw him as a really great pop songwriter, because he writes really strong hooks. But being anointed a prophet had to have been inhibiting, it seems to me. But in any case, well, I don't know if you want to talk about this. I mean, did you in fact tell him to fuck off, or just
Who, Bob?
yeah?
No, I didn't know. I the last time I saw him was sort of the first wake up call that maybe I drank too much.
Okay.
Because he came, I was living on First Avenue in the East Village on St. Mark's on the top floor of a walk up. And my girlfriend, it was like a Saturday, late morning, early afternoon. I'd been up all night Friday night. I had a gig Saturday night. So my plan was just to sleep all day until the gig. And I heard her come running up the steps. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. She came in and she says, hey, Lach, somebody's downstairs wants to say hello. I was like, just tell him to come to the show. I don't want to see anybody. And she's like, no, you really want to go downstairs and say hello? I'm like, I really don't. And so she goes, it's Dylan. I was like, fuck off. No, it's not. And she's like, no, he's downstairs. So just to placate her and get the trick over with, I opened up the window and looked downstairs, and there was Bob. So I was like, hey, he had his bicycle with him. I said, hey, why don't you come on up? He's like, I've got my bike. I don't have a lock. So I said, all right. And now, I think most people at that point, especially if they're singer-songwriters, probably would have said, I'll be right down. But I just said, because I just said, hey, man, I got a show tonight. Come to the show. And he said, I've got a show in Philly. I was like, all right, well, I'll see ya. And I just closed the window and got back into bed. And later on, I thought, maybe hangovers aren't really worth it.
Well, that's all right. It all works out in the end. And
yeah, it did. Many years later, I was in New York and I had a gig in Philly, and someone invited me out, and I got to say, no, I got a gig in Philly.
There you go. Excellent. Listen, Lach, I got to do like a minute or two of some business. Can I ask you to just hang out
Yeah, sure.
a little bit backstage, and then come back and favor us with another one of your songs?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a bit.
So, what is there to do here? Oh, I know. So, as some of you may recall from last week, now's the time for us not to become complacent, because the virus is still out there killing people and destroying lives. And there is still no cure or no real treatment. And vaccine is still a while away. And so I was inspired to print up some of my DeanZine LiveStream face masks. Now, I just want to assure you, just full disclosure, this is not going to keep you from getting coronavirus. This will not keep you from getting hit by a car. But as you walk through the world on your day, and everyone be cognizant of the situation that persists, you will be able to look quite fashionable. And so it fits nicely on your ears. And the only thing is that you can't necessarily see or hear what I'm saying. And I'll go like this. Anyway, so last week's contest, if you recall, was that someone would get a free DeanZine face mask. And so I'm going to reach in here and pull out a... these are entries. The question was, by the way, who was... what was the name of the triplets in my song Clone? I'm a clone, I'm a clone, I'm never alone. Anyway, so the answer was Yanni. And there was Yanni, 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 and Ziggy. And the winner is Fiona Thornton. Fiona, if you're watching right now, you're the winner of a DeanZine LiveStream face mask. And if you send me your shipping address, I will get one out to you in the post. Post haste, as they say. Although that sounds redundant. And yeah. And so listen, I only have a few of these, and because they're short runs, they're really expensive. And you'll be fine without them. But if someone, if for some reason is inspired and would like a DeanZine LiveStream face mask, you can find the link in the description of whatever link you logged onto, whether it's Facebook, my personal Facebook page, or my Facebook music page, or my Facebook chat room music page, Facebook music chat room page. At the bottom of the description link, right under the copyright, there'll be a line that says, it gives you a link to if you want to order one of the DeanZine live streams. There's also a line at the bottom of that copyright link for anyone that would like to join us possibly later for a sing-along, which is, here, let me see if I can get that banner up real quick. Yes. If you would like to join us backstage and come towards the end of the show to join us for one of our raucous sing-alongs, just type that URL into your browser, and the only thing is don't, if you become a guest, then you can't watch on Facebook till afterwards. You watch on the guest link, and turn your volume down a little bit so there's not too much reverb or echo. And I think that's the business at the moment. So let me get that here. Let me bring back Lach if he's anywhere in the vicinity. Hey, Lach. Now, I want to make sure that folks know how to track you down, which is that you can follow Lach on Twitter at Lach Today, as opposed to at Lach Yesterday or Tomorrow. It's at Lach Today on Twitter. And you can follow his musings and pronouncements. And also, if you want to really delve into Lach's music and his poetry and the artwork that he does and his comic stuff, you are a Renaissance man, Lach, I got to say. Go to his Bandcamp site. It's lach.bandcamp.com. And if you are inspired to support the efforts of this indie artist, you should subscribe, because if you subscribe to Lach's Bandcamp page, then you get everything. You get all stuff, right? You get songs and CDs and poetry and music and Lach himself.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll come over to your house. I'll rotate your
dinner,
tires, paint your basement, the whole deal.
Yes, and it's for a very modest annual subscription sum, and I advise you to do it. I have done it, and I'm pleased that I did, and it's worthwhile doing. So there is at lach.bandcamp.com.
Thank you, Dean.
Encourage you to do so, and So, Mr. Latch, what else do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I just thank you so much for letting people know about the fan club on Bandcamp. Just to extend that a little bit, like Dean said, people who subscribe get all of my music to stream or to download to their devices instantly, and high quality FLAC, FLAC or regular MP3, whatever you want, as well as all the original artwork from the albums. And then every 2 weeks, I put out a new single with a cartoon, and you get that as well. And you get
Awesome.
invited to the private Facebook group, and that's all at the most basic level. So there's different levels people can do it, but at that most basic level, which is less than 50p a week, less than 50 cents a week, you get all that stuff. If you pay a couple of pounds more, you get a hand-drawn cartoon sent to you with a fridge magnet. What? A fridge magnet? Oh,
Whoa,
man.
I don't have a fridge magnet. I'm jealous.
No, you're getting a personalized cartoon and fridge magnet in the mail. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Excellent. That's
Um,
great.
and you're directly supporting, keeping an artist going. So I appreciate that. Um,
That's very cool.
Dean was talking about poetry, so why don't I lay a short poem on you?
Oh, yes, absolutely, man.
So this is from my book, The Thin Book of Poems, which also you get the first season of the Lach Chronicles as broadcast on BBC Four, and I will be adding the second and third season to the fan club booty over the coming months.
Oh, that's great. And if people want to hear you, what are can people go to the BBC website and hear some Latch?
No, the show was on, like, each show would be on the BBC iPlayer for a month after broadcast.
I see.
But it wouldn't stay longer than that because it has lots of clips of music, and just for them to keep paying out the royalties, I think would have been too much.
But they can
So
hear stuff
when
by
BBC
following your.
first, what?
But they can find it by following what you're saying now.
Yeah, if they go to lach.bandcamp.com, they could listen to the first season there, I think.
Well, people have been enjoying your stuff. Those are a lot of applause. Here's Dennis Jones. The second, my grandson is watching Latch play guitar and is trying to play along with his toy guitar. That's very nice. See, you're inspiring a new generation.
I'm sorry.
So continue what you were saying there. I cut you off.
I'm going to read a poem. So
Excellent.
at one of the levels of subscription, you get a PDF of the book. But I'll read a poem from the book for you now. This poem is called, "Is This Seat Taken?" And it goes like this. "Is this seat taken?" a stranger said. And I thought of the untaken thoughts in my head, and the untaken loves in my unshaken bed, and how every single moment has infinite doors, and I always opened the ones I had opened before, expecting to see something different inside. But reused dreams have nothing to hide, and with one foot in and one heart out, I circle and I circle between faith and doubt, and I can't stand it watching my years fall like the leaves of November. Damn safety, damn knowledge, and all it encumbers. Oh yes, this seat is untaken and free, and I'd love to have you sit next to me. So that's from the book. And so would it be okay to do some songs now?
Please do, man. Let's hear another one.
All right, so this is going to be, if it's okay, I don't know what your time situation is, but this is 3 songs. The first one is like 4 minutes, and the other 2 are quite short.
Let's go for it. Here's
All right.
Latch.
All right, so this song goes out because I'm living in Scotland now, and we're watching, the American dream from over here, and it's rather mind-boggling to watch. I just saw on my news feed during the break that I was on that Scotland has had 3 days now of no corona deaths. because we went into lockdown seriously. And so I'd like to do a song for the country I was born in. But it's weird for me because, I'll preface this by saying I don't believe in countries. I think they're an illusion. I don't think that there's chalk lines on the earth separating, the states from Canada. And, when the UFOs land, I don't think they're going to be like, oh, we're in Belgium. It's not going to matter. It's just the planet. I don't believe I think nations are illusionary, just like linear time is. So with that in mind, I still have this 3 songs I'd like to lay on y'all. And this first one is from my album, Blang. I got to stand up for this. I love America. I love America. I love America, but she don't love me. Maybe if I was a cop, maybe if I learned to play golf, maybe if I wasn't young, broke and gay, maybe then she would turn to me and she loved me. I love America, but she don't love me. Maybe if I was a perfect girl, maybe if this were a perfect world, maybe if I wasn't old, broken, black, maybe then she would take me back and she loved me. She loved me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love America. I love America, but she don't love me. It wasn't long ago we walked on the moon. She was so beautiful, band singing heaven's tune. She said one day we'd all live in harmony. Oh, how could she turn her back on me? Maybe if I showed her how it could be by marching faithfully in her army, killing each and every one of her enemies. But whatever happened to my Miss Liberty? Oh, how could she turn her back on me? I love America. I love America. I love America, but you don't love me. Oh. Red, white, and blue, she don't love you. But I do. Baby, baby, I do. I love America. This land is your land, this land is my land. from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. Yeah, this land was made you and me. When I went walking down a ribbon highway, I saw a sign there said private property, and on the other side it didn't say nothing. Yeah, that sign was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. Yeah, this land was made for you and me. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling sad, everything's got you down, even got kicked out of town. Well, I got 3 words, they're gonna cheer you up. I got 3 words, they're gonna cheer you up. I got 3 words, they're gonna cheer you up. Here come 3 words, they're gonna cheer you up. Former President Trump, former President Trump, you can kiss my rump. Yeah, former President Trump. Former Vice President Mike, former Vice President Mike, you thought you'd be President Psych. Ha! Former Vice President Mike. Former First Lady Melania, former First Lady Melania. Well, some people said, hey, Lach, you should leave her alone. She's sort of like the mother of our country. Yeah, if our country had 3 mothers. Third wife's the charm, you know what I'm saying. Hey, man, she speaks 7 languages. You know, I don't think I've heard her speak 1 language. And even if she's cool, she's married to the biggest fascist pig of my lifetime who's brought the country to its knees. But pretty soon, former First Lady Melania. So if you're feeling sad, like you've been had, everything's gone wrong, well, all you gotta do is sing along. Former President Trump, everybody, former President Trump, you can kiss my rump. Yeah, former
President Trump. I wholeheartedly endorse that sentiment. Good stuff, Lach. Listen, it's been great to see you, and thanks for sharing all this cool music with us. And once again, folks, go check out Lach on his lach.bandcamp.com and follow him on Twitter, and he'll cook a delicious meal for you if you subscribe.
And also on Monday nights, I do a live stream from my artist page on Facebook.
Absolutely.
So that's Monday, 8 p.m. British time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, noon Pacific Standard. On my Facebook artist page, feel free to join the page. It's facebook.com/LachWorld. Thanks, guys. Love y'all.
Excellent. Take care, Lach. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Lach. Anyway, I'm really pleased that he could visit the DeanZine LiveStream. So, folks, we still got time for a couple more songs, and I've got time for a kind of funny video that I was commissioned to produce and animate and compose a song for a book series that came out a while back. And let me show you this video, and it'll explain. It features vocal performances from my kids, Hannah and Sam, and I did all the animation. It's a song called "Be Yourself." So it's kind of silly, but I hope you'll get a kick out of it.
Okay, John, are you ready already?
Yeah, Jane, let's do this thing.
Sherry's got a crush on the new boy in school. He looks so pretty and he dresses so cool. He's so cute. She wishes she knew what to say or how to act. There's just one way. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Awesome. Jimmy got sent to the principal's office. Kicked out of class for making a ruckus. He's a good kid, just gets up to mischief. He's my friend, cause he is who he is. Be yourself. Yeah, be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Zachary sits with a pencil in his pocket. Plugs his PC into the wall socket. Social skills are less than zero. Online he's a superhero. Be yourself. Be yourself. Woo! Be yourself. Be yourself. Jessica likes to party and have fun. But now she's facing a little conundrum. Oh no, not again! The two best friends are having a little tiff. Now she don't know who to hang out with. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Woo!
Anyway, folks, I was compelled to play that. I had so much fun doing it and doing the animation. My dad was an illustrator and animator, and so I grew up with all kinds of art supplies and animation cells downstairs in his studio on his desk, and so it was fun to be able to do that. And still got time for a couple of songs. Let's see what folks are saying here. I'm glad you enjoyed Latch. That's great. I'm pleased to do so. Let's see here what Lindsay has to say. Lockdown resolution: learn language, Mandarin, Chinese, new fitness regime, and cash. I've got to really watch DeanZine from day to dot. Introduce brilliant new acts. Listening to your back catalog, in particular socks. Love the socks. Exercise. Couch the fridge, but hey, it's so much fun. Stay safe. I'm pleased. Let's see here. Yes, Paul, that was Hannah and Sam. And no worries, Gail. You'll be able to watch it in reruns on demand as soon as the show is over. And let's see what am I doing here. Fun tune. Thank you. Okay, that's fun. Okay, I'm gonna go play another song. urchins and ragamuffins, see how they play. Run through the ruins where the landmines lay. When will this nightmare cease? When will we find a lasting peace? Maybe in a million years, maybe in a million years. Maybe in a million years, maybe in a million years. Maybe in a million years. We'll overcome our fears. And we'll have shed a billion tears. Satellite dishes sweeping the skies, searching for answers, patiently awaiting their replies. When will salvation come? When will all suffering be done? Maybe in a million years, maybe in a million years. Maybe in a million years, maybe in a million years. Maybe in a million years. We'll have overcome our fears. And we'll have shed a billion tears. Mountains and valleys, rivers and seas. Eons go by as they change by gradual degrees. If Earth can evolve into something new, maybe there's hope for mankind too. Maybe in a million years, maybe in a million years. Maybe in a million years, maybe in a million years. Maybe in a million years. We'll overcome our fears. And we'll have shed a billion tears. Let's hope it doesn't take a million years. Thank you, Jane. Oops. And then D. Different key. I can't remember what key I did it in. Well, let's see here. Why not? Let's try a sing-along. And I see the Hearst and Paul are there to help me out with this, which I appreciate. Again, this is wholly unrehearsed. Hey, Steve and Chrissy, how you guys doing?
Very well, thank you, Dean. How are you?
It's great to see you. And here, let's see here. I guess I'll put this on like that. Anything new and exciting in your neck of the woods?
Well, we're still working, which is good. Yeah. keeps the there we go. It keeps the wolf from the door as such. So that's great. So we're still working and we're still watching the show, which is great. We're loving the show.
And it's still raining over here as usual.
Well, okay. Well, it's always good to see you. There's a little bit of a audio delay, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
Fine.
I can hear you good and I can see you good, and it's nice to see you smiling. And and let me and let me bring on Paul.
Who?
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Dean.
How you doing, buddy? Everything hunky dory by you?
As hunky-dory as it's been, we now have 2 new air conditioners in 2 more rooms.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
That's impressive. All right. Well,
I did enough work this week.
okay. I'm pleased to hear it. And well, I hope they're energy savers so your electric bill doesn't go sky high. Let's see. If anyone else wants to join us, there's still room. It's easy. I'll put the URL up if anyone's feeling adventurous. Just pop that URL into the screen. You can help us out there. Don't be afraid. I know everyone's a little nervous to get on screen and sing, even though this is a goofy song. I will tell you up front. But I think we'll just give it a shot here. Look at these smiling faces. Okay, now this is a song that I wrote for all my crazy relatives. And I thought that it was just sort of idiosyncratic just for my relatives, but it turns out that people all over the world can relate to having crazy relatives like in this song. So, and I will put on the chorus, but you'll figure it out what the chorus is. Let's see here how it goes. Now, if it's possible, I should have, for the future, I'll plan this better. I'll have everyone to wear headphones because when the speaker's on, you can hear me delay and talking. So, well, we'll just do it, and everyone will indulge us here. Oh, and everything in this song, by the way, is almost true. I love my Aunt Sheila, but she's crazy as a loon. She lives with Uncle David and a pet raccoon. Her name's Raquel, she has her own bedroom. Would you believe they even took her on the honeymoon? No one else could handle her except for the bride and groom. She's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. Love my Aunt Sheila, but she's crazy as a loon. Crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. She's crazy as a loon.
Crazy as a loon.
That's right, she's crazy as a loon.
That's from Boone?
And this is about my brother. Again, the true story. I love my Uncle Aaron, but he's crazy as a loon. He used to iron his money, hang it all around his room. He can't get anywhere on time, not day, no night, nor noon. One day he built a rocket ship and flew it to the moon. He was 3 days late, but that's being picayune. He's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. Love my Uncle Aaron, but he's crazy as a loon. Crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. He's
Crazy as a loon.
crazy as a loon. That's right, Paul. I love my Grandpa Howard, but he's crazy as a loon. Once he played a round of golf in a typhoon. He's got a tin ear, he can barely carry a tune. But when he starts to dance, he makes all the ladies swoon. Look out, he needs a lot of elbow room. He's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. Love my Grandpa Howard, but he's crazy as a loon. Crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. He's crazy as a loon. Oh, I love my Bubby Rose, but she's crazy as a loon. She raised 4 kids with a ladle and a broom. She taught us all the difference between who and whom. That's how I know how to write songs with lyrics, because I know the difference between who and whom. One held, she had two pianos in the living room. One held up the old wall, the other was in tune. She's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. I love my puppy Rose, but she's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. She's crazy as a loon. This is two more verses. I love my sister Erica. And again, this is absolutely true. She's crazy as a loon. She labels all her Tupperware and stacks them in her room. Her life is so organized, her clothes are never strewn. She remains cheerful even in the face of doom. One day she's gonna be a rich tycoon. She's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. I love my sister Erica, but she's crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. She's crazy as a loon. Well, I love my whole family, but they're crazy as a loon. I hope it's not genetic, because I wouldn't be immune. Because every now and then I feel like howling at the moon. Sometimes it's like I'm living in a cartoon. One day I'm gonna run away and live in a commune. We're all crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon, crazy as a loon. We're all crazy as a loon.
Yay!
You
Brilliant.
get strange sing-alongs, Dino.
I know. I'm going to find a way to refine our setup. So there's less noise, but I want to thank you all for joining me. You did a great job.
Great. Have a great Sunday, Dean.
Well, you too, and be well. And by the way, you can now on your resumes and CVs, you can put that you have sung background vocals on a Dean Friedman record. And
Done.
That and $3 will still not get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Anyway, great to see you guys. Everybody be well, and I'll catch you later, all right? Okay. Let's see. Moon with Picayune. Yes, I'm proud of that as well, Trace. Thank you very much. Well done, brave people. I'm encouraging more people to join us along. And you're right, Gail, headphones should work better and without all the extra noise. So let's see what here. Well, it's running late, but I'm going to, I think, try one more song. With your indulgence. It's a favorite of mine. I don't play it that often because I don't really know how to do the piano part at the same time. But I'm going to give it a shot. So bear with me. Okay, so, pardon me. This is a song that I wrote with a little help from my son Sam when he was about 7, along with his friend Carol. It's about superheroes, and so they were my consultants as I prepared all the couplets for this song. Anyway, it's anyone that loves comics, I hope will appreciate this. Superman is a friend of mine. He drops by my house all the time. He's no different than me, you. He even helps start the barbecue. When the rest of the guests get there, he grills those burgers medium rare, and I'm hobnobbing. Sharing a meal with a man of steel, and I'm hobnobbing. Hanging hanging loose with a guy named Bruce, and I'm hobnobbing. Party with the cats from DC. I'm hobnobbing with Babin and Robin. Who's that raiding the refrigerator? None other than the Cape Crusader. Boy Wonder is in the den, playing 5-card stud with the X-Men. Though I know it's not polite to point, well, there's the Joker and the Penguin, and they're smoking a joint, and I'm hobnobbing. Making the scene with Wolverine, and I'm hobnobbing. Talking trash with the Flash, and I'm hobnobbing. Getting in the swing with the thing, hobnobbing with Babin and Robin. Dead Devil, he's the man without fear, eating jalapeno peppers with a cold beer. Green Hornet and K-Tug too, but all they ever do is argue. Silver Surfer, he's so cool, floating on his board in my swimming pool, and I'm hobnobbing. Shooting the breeze with Mr. Freeze, and I'm hobnobbing. Getting tight with the Dark Knight, and I'm hobnobbing. Sharing a feast with a beast, hobnobbing with Babin and Robin. Had a little problem, it wasn't too drastic. Got a helping hand from Mr. Fantastic. Someone locked the bathroom on the second floor, so we reached through the window and he opened the door. When we walked in, we were thunderstruck. Supergirl was in the bath with Howard the Duck, and I'm hobnobbing. Cruising the room with Dr. Doom, and I'm hobnobbing. Sipping cider with the Ghost Rider, hobnobbing. Talking to the storm with Storm, hobnobbing with Batman and Robin. Sometimes Spider-Man swings by. He's a pretty introspective guy. He's not all that dynamic. Likes to stand around in his webbed hammock. Let me tell you something, Spidey's in for a shock. Cause Gwendolyn was dancing with Doc Ock, and I'm hobnobbing. Cruising the room with Dr. Doom, and I'm hobnobbing. Sipping cider with the Ghost Rider, hobnobbing. Just chilling with the master villain, hobnobbing with Babin and Robin. After a while, the teenagers appear. We send them out for pizza and beer. When they return, the music is bumping. The temperature's hot and the joint is jumping. Thanks, Stan and his gang and the cat from DC. Superhero showing how to party, hobnobbing. Making the scene with Wolverine, and I'm hobnobbing. Talking trash with the Flash, and I'm hobnobbing. Shooting a breeze with Mr. Freeze, hobnobbing with Batman and Robin. Everything's falling apart. Everybody, we're running a little late. I just want to say thank you for joining me for this DeanZine LiveStream episode 14. I hope everybody does well and have a great week and maintain and sustain and survive. And stay in touch. Once again, just to remind folks that you can support these indie efforts with a modest contribution, or you could subscribe on a monthly basis, and that helps sort of plan what happens next. If you're on my personal page or my music page, or there's a new chat room, and that guarantees a little more posts to get to you, you're invited to get to the Dean Friedman music chat room and to become a member, as well as like the my music page. There's a limit of 5,000 put on my personal page, so I can't accept all the those friend requests on that. But you're all welcome, as many folks as you want, to join the music page, Dean Friedman music page, and also the Dean Friedman music chat room. It'd be great to see you, and it makes it easy to communicate with you all folks. That's all my different commercial announcements. I want to thank Cartmore Building Supplies. I don't know whether the mic works when I'm doing this. But even so, they're sponsors, they help out, and I'm babbling. So anyway, everybody be well, take care. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next week. is, don't forget, next week is my All Requests live stream, Sunday, July 5th, 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. New York. It's a ticketed event, so you got to go to my website to the gig section. On top of the gig section, you'll be able to get tickets to my All Requests DeanZine LiveStream. I hope all of you will. It'll be great to see you. We had a great time last time. And I think that pretty much sums it up. Everybody, take care. Be well, and let's see here. I'll see you all soon.
DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream.